This is the CHEO Telethon.
Well, welcome back. We are heading into the home stretch. This is now the final hour of this year's CHEO Telethon.
And what a great telethon it's been so far. In this final hour, we have plenty of excitement planned. We just need you to keep those phones ringing.
Absolutely. And joining us this hour, we welcome Alex Munter, President and CEO of CHEO. Alex, thank you for being here virtually.
Well, good to see you virtually.
Certainly, COVID-19 has overhauled the way we have to put on a telethon. It has certainly done the same to the way CHEO has had to offer care. Talk to me a little bit about some of the changes that have had to happen at CHEO in these last few months.
Well, of course, like every other organization, but particularly healthcare organizations, are focused on keeping COVID out of the building and out of our services in terms of PPE and a whole range of new precautions that people, when they come, will see. But, you know, care needs to continue. And, you know, I was just up on the neonatal intensive care unit, a baby there that was 1 pound. When he was born, another baby 2 pounds, these tiny, tiny little premature babies. You know, COVID doesn't cancel babies being born, thankfully. It doesn't end childhood cancer. We've had a record number of cancer diagnoses in the last 3 months. And so the need for care continues, and our message has always been the same. If you have an urgent need for care, please come in. Don't stay away. We're here for you 24/7.
What did you think when you saw the statistic that has been public about kids arriving at the ER further along? They should have been coming in earlier. What goes through your mind? And obviously driven by concern over the pandemic.
Absolutely, and we understand that. And so, again, that message, please come in if you need to. We're always here, and it is safe. CHEO is safe. But the other thing, too, is we've tried to create other opportunities. So we've created a virtual emergency department. So you can just go to the CHEO website, you can get a virtual appointment, get assessed by an emergency physician, and they'll tell you whether or not you have to come in, or they can provide you with care virtually. And we've had a whole other range of initiatives. For example, we've got an immunization clinic that we're doing with our Kids Come First partners for families that aren't able to get routine immunizations for babies and toddlers, because obviously we don't want outbreaks of vaccine preventable illness due to COVID. And we've really ramped up our virtual care to try to see as many kids as we can. And we're now into the final stages of planning to pick up a number of the procedures, the surgeries, the MRIs, the clinic appointments that unfortunately had to be canceled in March when the pandemic was declared. Mm-hmm. So you know, we've been working hard through the piece, but it's changed how we do our work.
Changed how you've done your work. Providing care is that much more difficult. Fundraising is that much more difficult, but we're going to keep you with us for this final hour of the telethon as we try to get those phones ringing. Tough time for everyone out there. We understand that, but if people can give, we hope they will.
So important. And you know, one of the things that I think is really important for people to understand is thankfully, we have very few children that have gotten ill from COVID. But all children have been severely impacted by this pandemic. School canceled, daycare canceled, not able to see friends, grandma, not able to participate in activities. And in terms of healthcare, not able to get, for example, therapies that kids with autism or other special needs require, lacking access to the surgery that will change their lives. And so this pandemic has had a huge impact on kids, and we need to address that, and we need to be there to support them.
We will talk to you throughout the next hour. Thank you, Alex Munter, President and CEO of CHEO. Well, from day one, CHEO has taken an all-hands-on-deck approach to COVID-19, as Alex was mentioning. A key part of CHEO's strategy has been to redeploy staff where the need is greatest.
Megan Shaw now on how CHEO responded to the biggest hurdles.
Thanks, Graham and Patricia. Joining me now is Ann Lynch, the Chief Nursing Executive, as well as the Vice President of Acute Care. Thanks so much for being with us, Ann.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, you play a very important role. You lead CHEO's pandemic response team. What's been the biggest hurdle to overcome?
Well, thank you very much. That's a great question. CHEO had to act very quickly and very nimbly to really respond to the pandemic. And I'm really proud to say that our team really stood up to the challenge. We very quickly put in place universal masking, screening at the door, really understanding how each of our team members could contribute to the response. And we lead a very robust emergency measures team. They all came together in a very concerted way to be able to put together the response that was needed in a very short period of time. So I could not be more proud of the team and their response.
Now, we often hear people say that it must be hard to work at CHEO, but we know so many staff find it inspiring. Is there something that inspires you, especially during these different times right now?
I'm inspired by many things. I'm inspired by our teams, by our nurses, our physicians, our allied health, our volunteers, but I'm inspired by our families. I'm inspired by the courage that they have, that they bring every day with them as parents caring for their children during these uncertain times. And what hasn't changed about CHEO is that we're here for our families. We partner with families and we value them being here with us. And so this inspires me every day.
And Anne, with so many community members watching, is there something that you want people to know?
We really tremendously appreciate the support of the community. It has been phenomenal. We could not really go through the pandemic and all of these unprecedented changes that we're seeing without this support, whether it's support through donations. We've had donations to the foundation. We've had donations of food to families, to staff. There's been so many manifestations of support from the community. It has been overwhelming and so appreciated.
And thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you for joining us. Now back to the desk.
All right, thank you, Megan. And now back over to Leanne Cusack for another Check presentation. Leanne?
This telethon is for the kids at CHEO, and now Catherine Cooligan joins us with information and a fundraising wow about the For the Kids Gala. Hi, Catherine.
Hi, Leanne. We're so excited that Borden Ladner Gervais was the title sponsor for the Kids Gala, a great event that would have had 600 people in place, but the virtual event went on and we raised a whopping $163,950.
Wow, and that's without the gala even having taken place. Speaking to the generosity, and Catherine, I know for you this is personal as well, the care provided at CHEO.
Absolutely, CHEO has been incredibly important to our family.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Unbelievable. I have to say the total again, $163,950. That's a woo! Over to the desk. Thanks, Catherine.
Amazing start to the 6 o'clock hour.
Big numbers.
Yes.
Love that. Going back to Matt Scooby now, Matt.
The phones have been ringing fairly well. We want to keep that going. If they're in the virtual phone bank, give us a call or give us a wave if you're not talking to someone on the phone right now, because we need to get these people talking. The pandemic certainly hasn't stopped everything. We know the situation for many is different. It's tight. If you can give anything, a small donation certainly helps. If not, be sure to keep passing on this message as we are into our last hour. Graham and Patricia.
Thanks, Matt. Let's head back to Leanne Cusack for another Check presentation.
Look forward each and every year to spending time with these guys in the telethon studio. This year, virtually, we have Nick Lemieux, Derek Noble, and Tom McKenna with Ski for Kids. And this is a great day to talk about an event that took place at Mont Sainte Marie and has for many years. Derek, you have been giving to the hospital for a very long time, all of you.
Yeah, we're 30 years this year, and a tremendous event that we held up on the slopes of Mont Sainte Marie in support of CHEO.
Well, we know that it happens to be the largest single-day third donor event, which means you've just raised a lot of funds for the hospital, Tom, to the tune of, over these years?
Over $2 million.
And you say that with such modesty and humility. But we have fanfare on this end. We are so grateful to you because this year you've brought along a check for
$180,000.
That's is incredible. Thank you for the ongoing gift, the legacy of this event. We are extremely, extremely grateful. Back to the desk.
All right, thank you, Leanne. Time to make some miracles happen with another miracle match.
This miracle match is sponsored by The Brick.
And the Miracle Man, Leslie Roberts.
The miracle is at home. The Brick is helping you make that donation double. That, of course, is the store to find quality home furnishings at great prices. There are 9 locations here in the CHEO region with in-store fundraising and sales of Brickley the Bear. The Brick is helping improve the lives of Canadian children, brick by brick. Hey, there's Daisy Aurora from The Brick, and I know your company, Giving Back, is a priority. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me what the message is on behalf of The Brick today, the people watching.
Donate as much as you possibly can because these kids sure need it. They're the future of our world, and we couldn't need it more now than ever.
Well said. Thank you for your participation and for what you're doing year-round and, of course, right now in the Miracle Match. Daisy from The Brick. All right, let's make those phones ring, Matt.
Final hour. Let's do it. Leslie, thank you to The Brick. Let's start that clock. 3 minutes now. We're going to double your donation. This is a $5,000 miracle match. Thanks to The Brick. Again, one more time because we'll recap if someone is just tuning in for the 6 o'clock news. No, that's okay. You know what? Pick up your phone instead and call us. 1-866-447-4442. If you give any of these amounts, so if you give $25, that's going to turn into $50. If you give $100, it's going to turn into $200 here just by calling and donating to CHEO right now for the telethon. It's been very busy on the phone lines, and these people are still waving in our virtual phone bank, so they need some work to do, Leslie.
They do, and thanks to The Brick, they're going to double your donation up to $5,000. Now, this is the final hour. This is crucial, ladies and gentlemen. In a really rough year, you've been watching for the last 5 and some quarter hours. We want you to pick up the phone now if you can and help us out here and help the folks at CHEO. Whether you count on them when you have to take your kids into the ER or maybe even much more than that, they are counting on you today.
Kirst, how much time do we have left?
2 minutes remaining. Who you gonna call?
Call CHEO. She's pointing it right out there for everyone. Thank you so much, Kirst, for that. And we thank all the kids who have been helping us out with our countdowns during our miracle match. This one, a $5,000 miracle match. Have your donation make a huge impact. Now is the time to call. If you've been waiting all day, if you've been watching some of these stories, now is the time to call. 1-866-447-4442. We talked and heard from Alex Munter initially, too. Roger Nielsen House, such a big part of what's happening in the work at CHEO. They've helped close to 500 newborns, children, and youth since they opened their doors in 2006, almost 14 years ago. The incredible work that all of this money supports.
Well, and the demand is there. It's going to continue to grow as the city of Ottawa grows. We hit 1 million this year. So, you know, the city is on track to gain another 225,000, I think, over the next decade or so. That means that there's going to be more demand. Therefore, we need to help them even more, especially this year because of the pandemic. Give them a call. 1-866-447-4442. Matt.
Logan, tell the people how much time is left.
Daisy, what's that you're saying? Only 1 minute left to call? Daisy wants you to pick up that phone and call to donate.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Logan. We appreciate that because you're running out of time. This is a $5,000. We're going to match your donations. We're not going to. The Brick is going to by sponsoring this miracle match. And we still have some people that aren't on the phones yet.
6 of 12. Half the phones are not ringing.
On our virtual phone bank, they're waving their flags. They're waiting for your call. Be sure to dial right now. If you've already dialed, if you've already made a donation, we thank you so much. Robert among them. John Mark, who is in Larson as well. So it's a lot of different areas, a lot of different people. Those names are on the bottom of your screen. Be sure to pick up the phone. Maybe call your friends. Tell them to call us right now.
Call before 7 o'clock. And no donations too small, especially right now because of thanks to the Brick. They're doubling your donation. So give them us a call and the operators. Keep them busy. 1-866-447-4442.
Again, our thanks to the Brick for sponsoring this miracle match. We can't do today without the help of our sponsors. And we have a few more of these, so stay tuned, but be calling anyways. Grandma Patricia.
All right. Thanks, Leslie and Matt.
Leanne is standing by with the good people from TD Bank.
This is a day where it's such a privilege to celebrate relationships. We'd like to bring in Tara Lynn Hughes, who is a senior vice president with TD, because TD Bank has a very long legacy relationship with CHEO. Please tell us about that, Tara Lynn.
Thanks so much, Leanne. Well, all of us at TD are so passionate about CHEO, and we're so proud to have been supporting CHEO for the last 26 years. Everyone watching this broadcast knows what a special place CHEO is. My family have personally benefited from the world-class healthcare at CHEO. And so I really just want to say on behalf of all of us at the bank, to the whole CHEO team, thank you so much for your dedication, for your expertise, and honestly for your sheer resilience over what's been going on so far in 2020. We are so grateful for all that you do in the community.
So beautifully said, and I know some of the events that you normally host couldn't take place, but you have still, Tara-Lynn, brought along a check for, you're the banker, you say it, it's beautiful.
The great reveal, over $250,000. All of us at TD, our employees, our customers, we are so absolutely thrilled to be able to hand that over to you at CHEO for all the great work that you do.
Well, I am very happy to receive your virtual $250,000 check. Thank you, Tara-Lynn Hughes. We're heading back to the desk. How do you like that, guys?
That's $250,000.
Take that
Wow.
right from Leanne and put that into the CHEO coffers right away.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing stuff.
The big numbers coming in this last hour, right?
Yes, and let's have a look at where we stand right now. Have a look at this. We are almost at $4.7 million.
There we go. We got the applause.
We got some applause. That's a
Ask and you shall
fantastic
receive.
number.
Yeah, almost 4.7 million. Love
and
it.
if you're just joining us, a reminder from Kevin Gohane, a lot of events have had to be put off, canceled. A lot of those events bring in a lot of money. So whatever you can give here today really, really helps CHEO.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are tuning in now. When you'd normally be watching your news, 1-866-447-4442. If you haven't had a chance to donate yet, we would love to hear from you.
Benefits of minimally invasive surgery includes less scarring, faster recovery, less pain, and a shorter hospital stay. That's just to name a few things.
CHEO surgeons rely on video towers to provide high-quality, minimally invasive surgical procedures in their operating rooms.
This state-of-the-art equipment helped CHEO patient Maya make strides in her recovery from a painful condition. Here's Leah LaRocque.
Excellent. Your gait looks very different from the way it did before.
Maya Weisgerber is moving well and can't wait to play hockey again.
Getting back on the ice, that's the biggest goal right now.
But 6 weeks ago, Maya just wanted to walk without pain.
My hips would just be so sore. And it's like if they were all like bunched together and they wouldn't move. And it felt like it was like a popping.
Arriving at CHEO.
Today, we are doing your right hip, correct?
For surgery to correct the condition called snapping hip.
A big band of fascial soft tissue that helps to attach our big muscles in our leg all the way up above our hip was snapping over top of that prominence every time she would go through a gait cycle.
But Maya won't need large incisions. Dr. Carson is using surgical video towers, special high-definition cameras, and endoscopic equipment.
I can actually see a lot more endoscopically than I ever would have been able to through an open approach. So it basically allows an incredible window to the inside area around the hip.
He doesn't actually touch Maya. The pump aid's doing the work, even able to move the hip around during the procedure. The equipment was bought all through donor dollars.
Hard to believe you're only 6 weeks out.
6 weeks post-surgery,
she can walk without complaining.
Maya's mom says her daughter is thriving.
To see their dreams come to an end, I guess, to a degree. CHEO has allowed her to see how grateful she can be and how grateful we've been for CHEO.
Thinking about hockey.
Just getting back to my usual life. Being able to be active.
And her future.
The whole experience and being with like the crew, I guess, has pushed me to want to be a pediatric nurse.
Working in the hospital that gave her her life back.
No words can describe how much I really love CHEO.
Fantastic story, wonderful to see. We've got another miracle match in our final hour.
This miracle match is sponsored by Danbe Foundation.
And right back to Leslie Roberts now, Leslie.
Yes, and this is where you at home can double your donation thanks to the Danbe Foundation, the charitable organization of well-known philanthropists Dan Greenberg and Barbara Crook, who of course are dedicated to helping our community. Once again, they are proud supporters of CHEO and are thrilled right now to be part of the annual CHEO Telethon. Thank you, Dan and Barbara, for this miracle match. Let's make that check grow. How we do that?
It's a big one, Leslie. It's a $10,000 miracle match. Let's start the clock right now because in the next 3 minutes, we're going to double your donation if you call 1-866-447-4442. We're going to double that donation and have a huge impact on the kids and the staff at CHEO right now. They're waving. They're waiting for your phone calls right now in the virtual phone bank. We have lots of people who have been taking phone calls. We saw that number not too long ago. We're going to do the big reveal here soon, but we need your help to do it. We're not running out of steam yet. We're in our last half hour here in hour number 6. Our volunteers certainly aren't either. We need you to do the same. Call and please give what you can.
You can see. Let's put these people to work. You see, look at Dan up here. Donate if you can. That's what we're asking you because I know it's a tough year all around, but no donation is too small. Yeah, let's get Dan cheering with you on the phone by giving us a call. 1-866-447-4442. And a reminder, thanks to Danbe Foundation, your donation will be doubled up to $10,000. Thank you, Danbe.
Delphine, how much time do we have left?
2 minutes remaining. Who are you gonna call?
You're going to call us, right? I hope Delphine having some fun on the trampoline on a beautiful day in the capital. Thank you for everyone that's watched so far, who has donated so far. We certainly appreciate that, but we are not done yet. Be sure to get on the phone, onto social media. Let people know that we're here until 7 o'clock because now is the impact. Now is the time. Many people have been donating already, but if you want to have your donation doubled, right? We'll go back to our board. We mentioned earlier, maybe not so good at math, at least the on-air people. So we've laid it out for you. If you give $50, it's going to turn into $100. A $250 donation turns into $500, and we're going to watch that total grow over the next 45 minutes or so as we approach the end. Hard to say of this telethon here, Leslie.
We may not know how to count, but $10,000, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah,
we know
that much. Thanks to the Danbe Foundation, you can contribute, and your donation will be doubled. Just a reminder, this is all about giving back, because you count on CHEO. Tonight, CHEO is counting on the community.
Let's go to our CHEO champion.
Pick 1 minute left. Pick up your phone and donate, please.
That's Azelle in the Playhouse once again. Thank you, Azelle, so much for helping us out once again. We appreciate it. 1 minute left. We can't emphasize that too much, and I don't want to be yelling at people too much because we appreciate it, and we know it's some people are having a very hard time financially right now because of the pandemic, but you heard Alex Munter earlier too. The pandemic doesn't mean babies stop being born, doesn't mean that the need is less at CHEO. So if you can, $5, $10, give us a call right now. As long as you get in before this time is up, we're going to double that donation.
Take a look at the phones here. We've got some operators who are waving too many flags. We want to put them to work. As we mentioned, and this is the important thing, no donation is too small, especially this year. And why not double that donation by calling the number right now, 1-866-447-4442.
Want to thank the Danbe Foundation once again for sponsoring this miracle match. Just like that, it's all over. Hopefully you got in there in time. If not, maybe a couple more, but don't wait. You're going to run out of time. Grab it, Patricia.
All right.
This goes by so quickly.
It's moving quickly. One of our favorite events, of course, the CN Cycle for CHEO. Great event. It will happen again next year.
Yes, canceled this year, unfortunately, but the great CN Cycle people are hanging out with Leanne right now. Leanne.
CHEO is incredibly grateful to CN for an ongoing relationship. Each and every year, the CN Cycle makes such a big difference. That did not take place this year, but Luc Fizet, you are still here to make an incredible donation to CHEO.
Absolutely. Again, this year, CN is extremely proud to continue its involvement with CN Cycle for CHEO. All the benefits go to oncology care and research. It's been 12 years of CN being involved with the cause, so greatly appreciate the chance to give back to the lives and the care of our community. So we know that this year was a bit of a different event, being the circumstances, but chronic illness is still quite difficult and important, even more so with kids who really deserve and benefit from the great help that CHEO is providing them and their families through these difficult times.
That is so beautifully said. So the event was a virtual one that didn't really take place, but the total is incredibly real. Have a look at this total from CN Luc Fizet. Thank you so very much. We're heading back to the desk.
Thank you. Yes,
Fantastic
love that event.
number.
Can't wait to be back there next spring. Well, before we check on our tote board, we just received a message from Costco Canada.
Costco has proudly supported CHEO since 1994. The team always looks forward to presenting a check during this telethon broadcast.
Well, COVID-19 has caused the postponement of the At the Cash fundraising campaign and caused the cancellation of the golf and gala event, the two main sources of the annual donation.
They are proud to announce, though, that they will be conducting At the Cash donation campaign this September. I know you all go to Costco even in September, so don't forget that.
That is excellent news. Will make a huge difference. And now we are going to check the numbers on the big tote board. Drum roll, please. There it is.
We
numbers
are
going up and up and up.
Almost at $5.6 million. That is a fantastic number in a very, very challenging year.
Yes.
Well, over the years, we've met some very special friends and heroic children here at CHEO.
And right now, we want to take a moment to remember them.
always the hardest part of this wonderful day.
Beautiful faces of young people gone way too soon. They will not be forgotten.
No, and a reminder, keeping as many of these kids with us is what today is all about, and we do have another opportunity to match your money, a miracle match coming up.
This miracle match is sponsored by mattamyHOMES.
Right back now to Leslie Roberts. Leslie?
Thank you, guys. Maihien Homes, North America's largest privately owned home builder, proud to have been designing homes in neighborhoods since 2005. From Stittsville to Barrhaven to Orleans, Maihien Homes has the privilege of providing homebuyers in Ottawa with the most thoughtfully designed spaces in the best locations. Thank you for being amazing supporters of CHEO. Let's welcome Ray Charon from Mattamy. Good day. You guys are leading by corporate example. What is your message this afternoon, Ray?
Oh, thanks, Leslie. You know what? We are, we're Canada's largest private home builder, and Mattamy builds communities where families can live and grow. Obviously, children are a vital part of any community, and their health is paramount. Speaking as a prior patient at CHEO, as a father, and in my business role at Mattamy, I'm so happy to have this amazing institution in our region. And, we really need to support CHEO in any way possible. On behalf of all the staff at Mattamy Homes, please join us in supporting CHEO with this amazing miracle match.
Thank you, Ray. A lot of people watching living in your homes right now. Perhaps they could make a donation and it'll be matched by your home builder, Mattamy Homes. Matt.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's start the clock on this 3 minutes. This is the $5,000 miracle match. Thank you to Ray and the folks at Mattamy Homes. Let's get these phones ringing. We have a couple of additions to our virtual phone bank, and they need to get busy because not many of them are on the phone right now. 1-866-447-4442. This is our second last miracle match where you can double your donation, so we need you to call right now. Ray mentioned it. You saw that purple cape in the background, right? Hero for CHEO. You can be it right now.
Watching that video, as Graham mentioned earlier about the kids gone far too young, it's just a reminder of why we're here today. More importantly, a lot of those children who we lost so many years ago in the 37 years since the telethon first went on the air, many of them with the same conditions today are living a lot longer, if not being cured. Incredible treatment advances, and as well as cures for some of the conditions that we lost kids to not that long ago. How did they do it? Thanks to donations from people like you. 1-866-447-4442.
The Frio brothers, how much time do we have left?
2 minutes left. What are you waiting for? Call the number on your screen.
They're all set up. Thank you, boys, for doing that. And it's so important, too. We talk about the advances that have been made. We need these people to answer the phone because Leslie just mentioned it. It's donor dollars. People like you who are watching right now who have made an impact. No donation is too small. We've been stressing that all day, and it certainly is the case because even lots of small donations, it's all adding up. Look at where our total stands right now.
We throw the word gratitude around a lot these days. We all know what it's like to be cooped up, and we're grateful for our families and people, of course, who we are surrounded with love. But gratitude also is there when we don't think about it. That is the opportunity to thank the folks at CHEO. Day in and day out, they give their lives, their time, and they are changing lives by going in there and not only helping the kids who are going through a tough time, but also right now, many of them unable to see some of their friends because of the pandemic restrictions. So you can make a difference for the future and help those who are helping our kids by calling right now.
One more time, Eli, tell us how much time left.
1 minute left in this miracle match. Please donate.
We're under a minute now. Thank you to our CHEO champion. 1-866-447-4442 is the number to call. There is not enough activity happening right now, so we need you to pick up the phone. Whatever phone you have, whether it's your cell phone or the home phone still, dial the number for us because we need to get these people talking. Look, some people are picking up the phone right now, which is a good thing. They're still holding up their signs in our virtual phone bank. They've been fantastic all day, and so have you.
The message from CHEO is they're there for you. Right now, they want you to be there for them. That is, you can make a donation, and thanks to the folks at Mattamy Homes, it will be doubled in the next 19 seconds. It's not too late. Pick up the phone. 1-866-447-4442 is the number to call, and you can make a difference in our community.
CHEO helping kids and supporting kids, up to 500,000 of them a year from all around the region, Northern Ontario, Nunavut as well. Thank you to those that have made a donation. Thank you to Mattamy for sponsoring this $5,000 miracle match. It's just like that. We're wrapping things up, but it's still not too late to call. Let's go back to the desk.
Thanks to both of you guys. Busy day with the miracle matches.
Let's check back in at CHEO now, where there's another family waiting at bedside.
Hi, we're here today with my friend Ella and her mom Christina. And we wanted to chat a little bit about being in the hospital and being in CHEO. How long have you been at CHEO?
We've been here for a week now. The care has been excellent. I feel like it's very home-like for Ella. So everyone's been great and coming in and seeing her, and overall she's in very good spirits being here.
Lots of great stories at CHEO.
We want to welcome Alex Munter back with us now. Alex, we made that announcement about Costco pushing their big campaign back to September to the fall. That's obviously huge for the hospital.
Yeah, and it's one of the reasons that this is a difficult year for everybody. But these campaigns, the events that have been canceled or scaled back, the initiatives like the Costco at the till donating, which would through May have been so big for us, and we always close the telethon with those. Feels like hundreds of Costco employees on site with a big presentation. So it's been a tough year for our fundraising. And our fundraising is so crucial for everything we do at CHEO. I can walk through CHEO and I can point to you the equipment that saves lives, that's used in the neonatal intensive care unit or in the operating room. I can point to programs. I wouldn't point to staff, it's kind of rude, but there are staff members on here at CHEO who are here because of the great community support we have, and of course the research that happens that you've been hearing about through the whole telethon. All of that really depends on the support of our donors. So with so much canceled and so much deferred as a result of the pandemic, we really are counting on the telethon and the beautiful generosity of our community towards CHEO, and appreciate the support very much from those who are able. Recognizing, of course, that these are tough times for many people in our community, and this may not be the year that they can give.
Absolutely. And Alex, I just want to ask you personally, what does this telethon mean to you this year as a parent, looking at these dollars coming in, knowing it could be you that could need this hospital one day?
Well, anyone who's a parent in Ottawa is thankful that CHEO is here and hopes never to come. And what I always tell people is, if you need to come. It's always a good reminder that CHEO came into being because it was young mothers, predominantly young mothers in the 1960s, who got together, who raised money, who had events, who lobbied government, and who got CHEO built. And we have endured for 46 years since then, thanks to the support of the whole community. And as a parent, I can't tell you how heartwarming it is to know that the community has my back. The community has the back of every parent here in our region, and the telethon really is just an expression of that.
And we wanted to bring, well said, and we wanted to bring one more expression of that before we get to the top of the clock and the final number. We do have a new number to share with you now. We're well over $6 million, a fantastic number, up to $6.6 million. Just a wonderful number given the context of this year.
Yes, such a tough year. It's amazing. Thank you so much, Alex, for your thoughts, and we'll be back before the end of our hour as we wrap up the telethon very soon.
Yes, let's head over to Matt Scooby at the phones again. Matt.
Incredible numbers so far. Again, as you mentioned, Grandma Patricia, especially considering the circumstances, it's not too late to donate. These people are still standing by. All of our volunteers, our 1-866-447-4442. Want to give quick shout outs to our virtual phone bank: Dan, Eric, Emily, Christina, Jeanette, Ann, Seamus, Catherine, Natalie, Sylvie, Tracy, Tara, Chantel, Kirsty. All of them have been on the phones today. They're still waiting to take your calls. So many more volunteers in the phone bank. Thank you to everyone who has helped make today such a success. Grandma Patricia.
All right, thanks, Matt. You could say this next story is one about luck and odds. One family, two children with the same rare kidney disease, resulting in dialysis and a need for transplants.
The chances of that happening are slim, but the family says they feel so lucky to have CHEO in their corner. Here's Stefan Keys.
Thank you. I want to see your face.
Sometimes it takes the youngest instincts to remind us of basic human nature. It's hard to trust what you can't see.
Just
lounging here.
And for young Daniel Maloney, that rule applied to this interview.
Hi.
It may also have been why his mom didn't realize he was as sick as he was when she couldn't see indications of his illness.
About 2 weeks before we even came in, he just started complaining about his heart beating. And I checked and I'm like, yeah, buddy, like, it's supposed to beat a little bit faster, like you were just running around.
At 5 years old, he's an active boy, but even at that young age, Daniel knew something was wrong with his body and complained of a racing heartbeat several times after.
We were just sitting there watching a movie one night and he hadn't been up and running around, and then he mentioned it again. And when I checked, I was like, okay, like that is too heavy of a heartbeat for him to be resting.
A check-in with the doctor and some blood work would lead to a late-night call to get Daniel to the hospital immediately.
And they rushed him by ambulance to CHEO.
His kidneys were failing, yet we're told Daniel was in good spirits. Even the doctors applaud his resilience in the midst of a medical emergency.
So when Daniel came in, I looked at his numbers, and I looked at Daniel, and I could not believe I was seeing this happy kid, very pale, obviously, but a happy kid.
The diagnosis was a rare kidney disease. For this family, a road they've already traveled.
1, 2, 3.
In the hospital bed is Daniel's big sister, Lily, at age 3.
No.
In their mother's tummy is Daniel himself. At the time, it was a 4-day-a-week mission, and for 3 to 5 hours a day, Lily was hooked up to machines to clean the toxins from her body.
It takes the blood from the patient, and it actually puts it through the circuit here.
Lily's doctor back then,
let's have a listen, okay?
Is Daniel's doctor now.
I wanted to show I have a whole team here who's got my back.
A room full of healthcare professionals, the siblings and their parents
Hello.
know well.
My dietitian, my social worker.
They're our family now for sure. CHEO's been amazing. You know, when me and Sarah were pretty young parents when Lily got sick, so you know, it was hard to follow along with everything, but CHEO's been there with us every step of the way, and we've made a lot of lifelong friends with the staff at CHEO.
Hold your arm out.
Whether it's the doctors, the nurses, people in the cafeteria, they're all just really supportive, and it's just a familiar face, so it makes it kind of an easier thing to get through.
Especially during a tough time.
Horrible.
That comes during a global pandemic. The hospital has a one-parent policy, and so both mom and dad can't be there to hold their child's hands at the same time.
So nephronophthasis is a genetic kidney disease.
One mutated gene from each parent coming together believed to be the cause, bonding their children in more ways than one.
He's annoying.
Even if they don't always get along, they now have matching scars, evidence of the same medical journey, and a relationship with a life-saving dialysis machine that sees a lot of wear and tear and has already been upgraded since Lily's time.
These new machines that we have much better software, and it's actually allowed us to get some of our kids with better dialysis off some of their medication.
Like Lily, Daniel will need a transplant down the road, but for now,
I'm feeling good.
CHEO there to make sure it stays that way.
Feeling good.
So much for one family to go through, but Daniel's still smiling there. We like to see that. And we are joined now by Daniel and Lily and their parents, Sarah and Chris. Thank you guys for being here. Love the Bears too.
Thank you.
So, Sarah, let me start with you. What were you feeling when you realized that Daniel had the same condition that you'd already experienced with Lily?
It was very shocking. I never thought that this would ever happen. I didn't think that it could ever happen. You know, there was always times where people would ask, like, oh, is there a possibility that Daniel could have this? And I always said, like, yeah, there is, but the chances are really slim. And here we are now. And yeah, it's just wild. It's kind of very surreal for us.
Surreal, you're coping and managing. I know we always say how lucky we are to have CHEO here in Ottawa, but your family, Chris, actually drives from Brockville for dialysis. Is that right?
Yeah, so we drive from Brockville to dialysis 3 days a week. His treatments are 2 hours long. So yeah, it's about an hour and a half there and back, so it does make for a long day. But we still kind of make sure that the rest of our day kind of goes good, and we kind of are trying to live our lives as normally as possible, no matter if it's a dialysis day or not.
And how do you do that, and how much does the staff at CHEO help you to be able to do that for your family, to normalize the experience? And I know they have all kinds of tricks. They find ways to make it somehow not as unpleasant as you'd imagine it would be for both kids and parents.
Yeah, so like, for example, we have dressing change days, and those days are very hard. You saw in Lily's video an example of a dressing change, and it's just as hard with Daniel. It's never going to be easy to see them go through that. But we have Child Life there helping us, bringing tablets to try and distract them. We have the dialysis nurses doing dances for the kids, and just trying to make the most of all the hard times. So everybody there is just so amazing.
Sarah and Chris, what are your hopes for your two kids for the future as you look forward?
Oh, just quality of life, and Lily's been amazing with Daniel, sharing her experience with him and helping him cope through it. So I guess the best vision I can have for them is for them to just stay as happy as they possibly can through this.
A unique bond. Daniel, is your big sister Lily pretty good to you?
Hey, Daniel, they asked you.
I don't know.
I don't know. Put on the spot, live TV. Thank you so much to all of you for being here. Best of luck in the future.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great to see that, and we've got another miracle match to get to.
This miracle match is sponsored by TD Bank.
Leslie Roberts, is Matt Scooby being good to you over there?
Always, always. I'll let you know if he isn't. This is our final one, folks. This is your last chance to get your donation doubled, courtesy of TD Bank, long-standing Children's Miracle Network partner, of course, building stronger communities where TD operates as part of their READY commitment. TD enriches our communities by contributing to children's hospitals right across the country. TD invites you now to donate during this next miracle match. A big one, Matt, up to $10,000.
$10,000. Let's go out with a bang for, again, this final miracle match. Let's start that clock, shall we? 3 minutes. That's all the time you have. This is your final chance, folks. 1-866-447-4442. We're going to double your donation. I'll recap it for you one more time. In case you don't know, if you give $50, it's going to turn into $100. $100 means $200. $250 means $500 for CHEO. We're very close to unveiling that final total. You can still be a part of it. Give us a call. Up to $10,000. TD is going to match your donation and double your donation for the kids and the staff at CHEO. I was just watching the board, Leslie. Things are starting to pick up, but we still have some people that need to take some phone calls.
We do, and I think if the story of Daniel and Lily doesn't do it, I don't know what will. I mean, if you think about it, one day he was noticing problems with his heart, told his mom, and the life-changing event was unbelievable for that family. And you heard they have high hopes for the quality of life going forward, thanks to the folks at CHEO. And you can make a difference and help the folks at CHEO by making that donation right now.
Here's Michaela and her mom. Short message for us.
Say, what are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? Call now. Say, call now.
Call now.
She's one of the cuties.
Come on, Michaela. How can you not listen to Michaela? 1-866-447-4442 is the number to call. Michaela just told you to. We've been telling their stories all day. Hopefully, something is sticking with you right now. If you haven't picked up that phone, think about that story. Think about that child. Think about that family. It could be someone in your family or someone else you know that is going to need CHEO, and now is your chance to be able to support them.
We were talking earlier about the life-changing way you look at life when you become a dad. You know that firsthand too.
It is unbelievable, and it's everything now is very different for me too, right?
Yeah.
When you have a son, when you have a child, and I've needed CHEO. Many of parents in this city have needed CHEO, but you just look at the impact differently, and you can't understate how important this institution is to our city. Sophie, how much time do we have left?
1 minute left. Pick up the phone.
Thank you so much, Sophie. No matter what, thanks to our friends at TD as well. They're sponsoring this miracle match up to $10,000. They're busy.
Good.
They're busy on there. They're still getting virtual phone bank. Give us a wave.
Oh, we got one over there.
Let
but
us
there
know
are many
if,
more.
If you're not on the phone, then we need to be calling you. Not a lot of them are waving, or they're trying to wave and do double duty, which they've been doing all day, and we really appreciate that.
We're under, 35 seconds now left. This is the last chance for you to get your donation doubled, courtesy of the folks at TD. 1-866-447-4442. We count on CHEO as a community, and right now CHEO is counting on us to help them.
Hopefully you've taken something away, and now is actually your final chance to call. Can't believe that it's almost been 6 hours, but thank you to everyone that's donated. All those names running across the bottom of your screens, all of our corporate sponsors that have been so fantastic once again this year, despite the circumstances. Here you go, final seconds. Get in there so we can double your donation.
Just before we came on, Matt, I got this note handed to me,
yeah.
and it is, listen to this. We have just received an amazing gift during this miracle match from CHEO friends and community leaders, Dave and Ann Trick. They are donating $10,000.
Wow.
And they want to encourage the community to join them in making a gift to CHEO. We want to thank Dave and Ann for that $10,000. Back to Patricia and Graham. Wow.
Excellent stuff. Love that. And we're going to go right back to Leanne Cusack for another check presentation.
This is a day when we celebrate relationships like the relationship between the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario and the Ottawa Senators Foundation. We have Danielle Robinson on the line, the president and CEO of the foundation, with some phenomenal checks to present. Tell us this story, Danielle.
Well, we're fortunate enough to partner with many, many community events. And one huge one for us is the 24-hour Tremblant Relay. For the last 3 years, we've chosen CHEO and their oncology well-being program to give some money to. As a result of the work and the event just this past year, we're presenting $50,000 to CHEO Foundation's program.
That is phenomenal, but it doesn't stop there. This long-lasting relationship, especially with Roger Nielsen House and CHEO, you have more to announce.
Yes, we have such a committed community. We work with so many amazing partners. They run events all year long, and because of that, we are able to donate $311,000 in change to Roger Nielsen House, care of CHEO Foundation.
I want to jump up and down. I will clap. It will throw off the framing if I do that, but thank you so, so much, Danielle. I know everyone is clapping over on the news desk as well.
Well, it's our pleasure. Thank you.
Absolutely, we're clapping. Fantastic. We wanted to bring back Alex Munter, CEO of CHEO. Alex, you always like to point out that, yes, there's government funding. That is only one piece of it, and this today is another very large part of how you get things done at the hospital.
Oh, the telethon is so crucial. It's crucial to cutting-edge research that wouldn't happen if it weren't for community support, the life-saving equipment, key programs across all of CHEO. And remember, something really important to remember, there are going to be 70,000 more kids in this region in 20 years than there are today. Every year, the child and youth population grows, so the need grows. And especially now with the shutdown that we've had in terms of so many of our services, it's in schools and childcare and so on, the demand will be even greater. So there's a big catch-up job ahead of us to make sure that kids' health and kids' development is supported the way it needs to be.
Your job does not get any easier. A bit of a catch-up job as well because of the way things have been interrupted because of COVID-19. But are you very impressed today, Alex, with the way the community has stepped up? Those who have been able to give have done it, and we've heard from them.
You know, there aren't really words. You know, every telethon, for me, it really touches my heart to hear the stories, to see the commitment, to see people stepping forward. You know, CHEO is here. We are able, the team at CHEO is able to take care of our region's kids because of the community, because people log on or dial in and make that contribution. And so for all of us, not just me, but for every single staff member, physician, and volunteer, everyone part of the CHEO community today, it really touches our heart, and especially given the circumstances of the pandemic, so many people struggling, such a difficult time, to see all this generosity it's amazing.
All this generosity, and this is one of the favorite times of year, if not the, for Alex and everybody at CHEO and for us. Here is our final number for the CHEO Telethon in 2020. We are at $7.3 million.
Thank you so much, so much to everyone who donated to make that total possible. That is just amazing.
We are virtually celebrating there at CHEO. Look at this. Are they going to cut the balloons at CHEO? They are. Alex.
Where's the balloons?
They're right above you. They're almost, there they go. There we go. 11.2 million dollars, and not to be outdone, Matt and Leslie aren't the only ones who get the balloons, do they? Oh, look at this!
We love this. We miss having the kids up here, but we love this result. Alex, a quick final thought from you on how incredible this day was.
I don't think of Alex. Alex, can you hear us? One more quick moment from
now.
you.
Yes. Wow.
On that number.
This is amazing. I'm wallowing in balloons here, so it's it's awesome. Thank you, everyone, and happy birthday, Graham.
Thank you very much. Look at this, these birthday balloons. It is really important to mark, you know, that number over 7 million, considering everything that everyone has faced so far this year. It's just wonderful to see.
Thank you to all those CHEO families who shared their stories with us again this year. It's a privilege every time I walk into that hospital and get to talk to someone about the most intimate experiences of their lives, the struggles and the way they share, because they love this hospital that Alex Munter is running for us. They're so proud of having this hospital in the community. Alex, thank you for being here. We appreciate your time today and the work you do all year for us.
Thank you to all of you, and thank you to all your viewers and everyone for supporting CHEO.
And for our planners, is actually the balloon drop, did it work? I think the balloon drop actually worked. That might be the lead tonight.
That's amazing.
Thank you, Alex.
All right.
Well, that is a wrap from all of us here at CTV and CHEO. We want to thank all of the staff and volunteers, sponsors, and the patient families for sharing their amazing stories, and of course, the generous donors like you.